Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Oliver, and this is my speech about why gun control is complicated. So, there's some issues in our country going on right now. Gun control is one of the leading issues in our country. And according to an article called Key Factors About Americans and Guns, written by Catherine Schaffer, it talks about how many different stats and facts about gun control, about Americans and gun control, sorry. Catherine states around half of Americans see gun violence as a very big problem in the country today. So, if that's the case, then um, why aren't we doing anything about it? So, there have just been a lot of mass shootings lately in the past year and a lot of gun violence. And this is just ridiculous. And I think that we need to do something and stand up as a country and enact stricter gun control laws. But let's explore some pros and cons about gun violence. Okay, so some pros about gun control. It will make harder, it will make it harder for people who should not own guns obtain them. What I mean by this is that if we have stricter laws that pertain to background checks and other checks that we can induce, it will make it harder for people who maybe aren't mentally all there or who have past violence, you know, um, like a history of violence. It will make it harder for them to obtain guns. Um, and another pro is an article called "Should More Gun Control Laws Be Enacted?" says that more gun control laws will reduce gun deaths. Um, I think that this is very true. I think this is a true statistic. If you look at other countries that have stricter gun control laws, I think that you can easily see that they have much less gun deaths in their countries' perspective. So I think that if there were fewer guns, then there would be fewer gun deaths. Um, and then, less mass shootings and large tragedies such as we've seen recently, like in Colorado or in a lot of these, schools where kids are bringing guns to school. I think that's another issue, parents not properly storing their guns away. Um, but that's a completely different issue that maybe need to be addressed later. Some cons to gun control are um, laws uh, that are too strict may cause uprising by people who do not want any gun control laws. I believe that this is a real fear. I think that there are a lot of people who really believe that there shouldn't be any gun control laws, that we as Americans should easily, obtainable guns. And I think that to a point that's a good thing. I think that we should have guns. I think that Americans should own guns, and it's a Second Amendment right, like in point two. Um, our country was founded on, you know, freedom of speech, freedom to, own guns, own property, on land. Um, and we need a way to protect ourselves. If we don't have guns, how are we going to protect ourselves? I think that it's not only protecting ourselves from, other people that are trying to hurt us, but, the government. It's another amendment, we have the right to overthrow the government if, we need to. So I think that um, gun control laws that are going against the Second Amendment, I think that we should not pass those, but I think that we still do need stricter gun control laws. And then an article called "Should More Gun Control Laws Be Enacted?" says that gun control laws do not deter crime. Gun ownership deters crime. So this is basically saying that if there are stricter gun control laws, it'll like the previous slide said, it may reduce gun death specifically, but it's not going to reduce crime in general. It actually may increase crime in certain aspects. Um, for example, like theft may increase because robbers aren't as scared as getting shot if guns are illegal. So that's just one example of why gun ownership deters crime. So my personal opinion, I believe, like I said previously, I do think that we need stricter gun control laws. I think that we need to be more strict about the process of buying guns, more background checks, harder gun tests. I think that gun training could be a good requirement. I think that, a lot of people don't even know how to use guns properly, even though they own them. Um, I believe that we also need to imply more security. I think that schools should definitely have a stricter security system. And honestly, maybe a armed officer at every school. I think that would definitely deter people bringing guns to school. Um, and some people may say that's, a looser gun control law because we have more people with guns, at school. Well, yes, but I think that in general it may be good. It may lead to these less of these mass shootings like we've seen recently. Um, but regardless, I mean, I think that we just need to stand with these families who have been recently affected by these tragedies and support them in any way possible. Um, and that may be by showing that we can enact a stricter gun control or stricter security laws or whatever. But I think that there does need to be something done. I think that it can't be as strict as to banning all guns. I don't think that's a good idea at all. Um, and I'm also worried that even just any little changes to gun control laws will lead to a slippery slope of that. Um, I'm Republican myself, but I still do believe that I think that we do need gun control laws. Um, but I definitely agree with a lot of the opinions that people are saying that we need to have gun control laws. I don't think that we need to ban certain guns. I think that that's an issue where people saying that these certain types of guns need to be banned, I don't really agree with that because I don't think that's a huge issue. I think that people are going to get a weapon no matter the cost if they're really wanted to. I think that a lot of people who are, you know, looking to get these automatic weapons and stuff like that, they're going to get it no matter what, even if they're illegal. So I think that banning certain types of guns isn't really going to do much. I think that making it harder to obtain guns is where we need to focus. So thank you for listening to my speech about gun control laws. And this is my Works Cited page. Thank you, everybody.